Guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Jennifer Antoinette. So I am going to be talking about in this video pre-poo versus non-pre-poo from a low porosity girl standpoint. And if you are interested to see this and want to take this journey along with me, stay tuned. I wanted to just preface it by saying I am not a professional. This is just things, trials and things that I've done on my own that I've learned for my hair. So I am not a professional. I'm not a licensed cosmetologist. I'm just saying everything from experience. Let me just put that out there. So for this video, guys, it's not so much a how-to video. This is just me sharing my journey with you guys. I have been on a rebirth of my natural hair journey and I've been finding out a lot of things. So for me, I have been natural for a long time, but never really truly knew what it meant to be a natural hair girl. There are so many things and so many layers that you have to do, especially for the type of hair that you have. There are remnants of 4B, 3C, just a whole bunch of different textures in my hair. With that being said, there are different things that you have to do for your hair type. And a lot of the times being a natural, I get lazy. And that's why my hair has suffered in the past, because easier hairstyles that damaged your hair were more affordable at the time and just easier to deal with. So we kind of deal with those types of hairstyles because we didn't want to put the time and the effort, at least I didn't, into doing my own natural hair. I initially transitioned and my hair flourished, but then I got bored with it and I started manipulating it and just doing a lot of things that I shouldn't have done. And it just became, in my opinion, very weak, brittle, and it lost a lot of its fullness. Not even the length of it, but the fullness of it. I got into sew-ins, and that's really where my troubles went, and I wasn't really taking care of it because at the time, years ago, there weren't a lot of hair textures that mimicked natural hair. It was always either the straight or the wavy or something like that. So if you wanted to have a sew-in and it usually was just a straight hair, you would always have to flat iron the perimeter of your hair that was left out, which caused, for me, a lot of damage. I did end up cutting my hair at some point, but then it started to grow out and I started to play with it again. But long story short, it is where it is now, and I am just focused on trying to get it back to its original glory, and I am very, very happy with my progress so far. But I wanted to make this video, guys, to share with you my journey. And if you guys can learn from my failures or my successes, then I'm happy to share that with you. So again, this is not a video necessarily to say what to do, what not to do. I'm just telling you what I am doing. And if it helps you on your journey, or if it shows you what you shouldn't do, then that will be a great thing for you as well. The inspiration for a lot of this is because there's a lot of YouTubers out there that I really, really love. One in particular is s.h.o. She is a popular YouTuber here on YouTube, and she has inspired me a lot to kind of DIY. Now, I would recommend wholeheartedly that you guys check out her channel because she is really, really good and goes really, really in depth with the DIY portions of a lot of things that you can invest in. And she's spitting that game for free, y'all. So definitely check out her page if you haven't already. But she's coming from a perspective of she has already tried these things. She knows what works. I'm coming from a perspective of I don't really know what I think will work for me, but I'm willing to try it on camera so that if it does work, then I want to share the success with y'all. If it doesn't work, then I kind of want to warn you guys to say, hey, this does work, this doesn't work. So that's just really all it's about. So if you don't really know what low porosity hair is, the characters of low porosity hair, basically, if it takes really, 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 really long to dry, if it's kind of resistant to moisture, the cuticles in your hair are tightly closed. So you have to do things to, for lack of a better word, to kind of manipulate it to get it to open up so it can get the moisture that you're looking for it to get. There are a couple of ways that you can test for low porosity hair. The first test that I do is the sink or swim challenge. So basically you take a cup of room temperature water and then you take a piece of hair and of your own hair, obviously. And then if you put it on top of the water, if it floats, then that means you have low porosity because it's being resistant to the water.
Another way you can tell if you have low porosity hair, if you can see the example here, the water is beating up, it's not being absorbed. So if you see a lot of beating up at the ends especially, you have low porosity hair.
That's one of the main reasons why I condition with heat. I do have a heating cap. I don't have a hooded dryer. I have a heating cap that I usually put on my hair for about 30 minutes every time that I deep condition. It's just to open up those cuticles and those follicles so that it can get that moisture that I am trying to, get into my hair. So with me, I think pre-pooing was just something that I heard of, and I knew that naturals were doing it, but I didn't really know what it was. First of all, pre-pooing is literally, the poo part is shampoo, and it is what you are doing before you shampoo. So pre-pooing. Why didn't I really pre-poo in the first place? Let's be honest. I was lazy. That's number one. And number two, I really didn't see the benefit. I'm just being honest with that too. I was like, but along the way, because I just honestly noticed that my hair was not performing that it used to be, I started to kind of look into pre-pooing to see if it was something that I needed to do. Because when you shampoo your hair, yes, you are supposed to shampoo your hair because you need to get rid of the buildup, but you also don't want the shampoo itself to strip away some of the essential oils that your hair has to keep what it needs to have in its hair. So I know a lot of the times with naturals, I know there was one time in life, and I don't know if people are still doing it, but there was one time where natural girls and boys weren't even shampooing their hair because they were just told like moisture, moisture, moisture. Where in fact, a lot of the things that we were doing, putting the product into our hair, and products that were very, very heavy, they were leaving a lot of buildup. So your hair was being restricted from growing anyway because you weren't really getting rid of the things you needed to get rid of. But get a shampoo that will work with your hair texture, that that will take away the buildup but not take away the essential oils that your hair already naturally makes. We've also been told over the years to use, extra virgin olive oil or coconut oil, and those oils are really great. But you have to have oils that really penetrate your hair with the hair texture that you have. I'm speaking just for myself when I say some of those oils are a little bit too heavy for me. So what I try to do is use lighter oils like jojoba oil, argan oil, grapeseed oil, and stuff like that. You can buy individual oils if you would like, but that can be a little bit costly. What I would do is just buy a brand that I know and I trust, and that has the oils that like all mixed up in there already, that I know that will help my hair, and then just buy it just like that. While I am pre-pooing my hair, it's important to massage the scalp so you can get the blood flowing and circulating so that it can help with the growth of your hair and to stimulate your hair follicles so that they can grow stronger. Now I'm going to show you guys a couple of things that I have done the past couple of weeks to kind of play around with certain things that I wanted to see what would work with my hair, and let's check that out.
All right, guys, let's get into some DIY pre-poos that I did. I will give you measurements, although most of the time I just usually eyeball this stuff. So this is 1 tablespoon of flaxseed gel, and if you would like to know how to make flaxseed gel, I have a video that I will link in the description box. This is a tablespoon of the Melanin brand oil, and like I said earlier, just make sure that you are using an oil that is working for your hair. This is a tablespoon of conditioner. This is from Nature Ego's brand. This is fermented rice water conditioner. I do have a review on that on my channel. But that was a tablespoon of that, and this is a small avocado that I'm going to put in there as well. I did mix it up, but I realized I needed some more flaxseed gel, so I actually added like another tablespoon of it to make it a little bit more creamier, and then I mixed it up, and then that was what I got. This is another one that I did. It is with aloe vera, some oil, some avocado, some vitamin E, and then this conditioner from the Seaweed Bath Company. It contains seaweed in it, so I just kind of wanted to see how it would work for me. I know a lot of people don't really like to use conditioner for their pre-poos, but again, this is all new to me, so I just thought I'd try to see what happens. So of course we have the avocado there, and then we have the aloe vera leaf, and I used about a half a cup of the aloe vera. I know that the skin of the aloe vera leaf is good, but I didn't have anything good to break it down with, so I'm just using the inside of it. I'm using 2 tablespoons of that conditioner for now, and we'll see what happens. And then last but not least, I'm going to use some vitamin E. It grew my lashes out pretty well, and I was just poking holes with a thumbtack to get it, so that's what I used. I have to wet my hair first. That's a s.h.o brand of refreshing mist there. I'm wetting my hair first before I put any product in there because it just helps with detangling. I finger detangle a lot, and then I put the product, the pre-poo rather, into my hair. Then I put on my plastic cap after putting all the pre-poo into my hair, and then I let it sit for a minimum of an hour. I do as long as I can, but at least a minimum of an hour. And when I take it off, this is how it typically looks, and then I wash it out. And then I want to show you guys again, my hair still is beating up at the end, but I see a lot more moisture into my hair, so I am really happy with the results so far.
So I do try to rinse with cool water. Again, I do put heat, not direct heat, but indirect heat to my hair to open up those follicles to get the moisture. When I rinse off my hair, I try to do it with cool water because I want the moisture that I put all this work in to put in my hair, I want to kind of seal it. So I try to remember to rinse it off with cool water. The benefits of pre-pooing, at least that I have experienced, it's kind of like pre-moisturizing basically. So it's maintaining the existing oils that you already have in your hair, and it's adding the moisture into your hair. So that's why a lot of people do pre-pooing, because they don't want to lose some of the moisture and the oils that they have already in their hair. So they kind of put that in their hair to maintain it. And then they do the shampoo to get rid of any excess buildup. And then they follow it by usually another conditioner.
And so this is just me putting in the products of your choice, whatever works for your hair. And then I am braiding it up, or what I call a braid, because I do not know how to braid, to the scalp. And then I'm going to go to sleep for the evening. Don't laugh at my braids, y'all. I mean, just please don't. That's the best I can do. And this is the next morning that I'm taking those down. And then what I'm going to do is wet my hair again to minimize the pulling and the shedding, and then I'm going to use products of your choice, and then just to rejudge it and then go from there. Honestly, I'm really loving how everything is looking so far. I feel like if you keep up with the regimen, at least if I'm going to keep up with it, I'm hoping to see a good drastic change. I'm really excited about where my journey is going with my hair. Really excited.
So all in all, guys, I guess the message that I'm trying to get across is when it comes to natural hair and you really want your natural hair to grow fuller and healthier, there is no quick regimen, no quick get longer hair scheme to do. You have to put in the time, you have to put in the effort. I know that I'm not a dietitian by any means, but I know even your diet kind of directly helps or hinders your hair growth. Especially if you don't have genetics to fall back on, you have to put in the work consistently to make sure that the hair health and the hair length that you're looking for is going to come. Again, this is just a lot of trial and error. I'll come back and let you guys know how this regimen will be for me, if it works, if it doesn't work. But let me know down below if you have low porosity hair, and if you do pre-poo or if you don't pre-poo. Let me know your pros, your cons, anything that you want to talk about, because I think this is such an interesting topic. Even though I think for the natural hair care community, a lot of this stuff is, you know about that, but for me, I didn't know about that. So I'm trying to learn, and if you're like me that's trying to get into it, you don't know what to do, take this journey along with me and let's kind of see where we can go with this. We got this. So anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe, because this channel and this family is growing, and I would love to have you guys join the family. Until next time, guys.